Yeah. I was trying to get me in trouble.
See?
Now let's talk about the stuff that bores us. No. Topics that give me a Woody, like Mario. Coming up. Politics. That's right. Some things, the strangest things excite some people. That's right. I get that political stuff going and it's woo, woo, woo. It's woo, woo.
That's true.
All right. Well, let's take a look.
Now, Brandy has to help you.
Oh, how'd you know? Who you been
I know
talking?
he needs help.
Who have you been talking to?
See, I want her to like. Well, I can't do that. That wouldn't be fair.
Well, see now,
I'm not gonna be fair. I'm gonna leave it alone. No.
Everybody has to understand how the show is done because people don't know. We actually prepare, but there's a certain kind of preparation. Like last night, I went through all my stories for the week and gathered them, and did I do a rough outline for the entire week.
Right.
For all 3 shows. So the stories that we're going to talk about, and with the idea of changing them last minute. So that preparation is done, and all my visual aids were prepared last night in the small in between sections between the the game, right?
Right.
We're like watching basketball.
I'm trying.
So we did have it, so it's laid out. But Vic and I, as part of the way we like to do the show, Vic gets his stuff together. And sometimes we're in the same room getting our stuff together. We don't really share it till showtime. Even though Vic, I don't know. I meant to ask you, Vic.
Yeah.
What about your stuff? Did it go up?
That's kind of the. I remember my ex-girlfriend used to ask me those questions.
Well, it probably didn't. So I think I just realized I'm publishing Vic's stuff as we speak. Yeah, I'm publishing it right now. There goes his new newspaper.
It's not a big
It's on the way up.
It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Everybody knows what happened over the weekend. They know.
So we're going to begin that. So anyway, today we have the good news, the bad news. First of all, the good news. And this is very subjective. See, I actually get the news, and sometimes it's very difficult for me to decide what's good, bad, or other shit.
All right.
So you guys can decide. Did I put them in the wrong category? Census data shows that minorities is now a majority of U.S. births. That's right. We knew this was already going to happen in California. But more than half the babies born last year were members of quote-unquote minority groups. The first time in U.S. history. And it's a sign of how the U.S. is becoming a nation of younger minorities and older whites. Hispanics, blacks, Asians, and other minorities in 2011 accounted 50.4% of births, 49.7% of all children under 5, and slightly more than half of the 4 million kids under 1. Wow. Now, you know what's interesting? Let me tell you guys what's really interesting because I actually worked on some of this. Well, I was privy to being on...
You had me going. I was like,
I was privy to being on these committees that debated these issues as it relates to how they were used for marketing and promoting for certain companies. But let me tell you this. What's interesting is that all the data has to do with how people self-identify their race. Let me say that again. All the data gathering has to do with how people self-identify their race. Now stop and think about that for a minute. One of the most curious phenomena that occurred, and this was in the mid-90s, was that people were not defining themselves racially the way they used to. And the other thing to recognize is that those terms never were scientific terms. They were always sociological. In other words, there are a lot of folks out there who call themselves black, and if you look at their DNA, they're mostly white. Okay? There are a lot of, okay? And you see the reverses because it's not a scientific definition. It was a sociological definition. Basically, and those of us who are old enough to remember, if you had any black blood in you whatsoever, you were called black. They had a thing called octoroons. You know, the octoroons where you had like 1/8, okay? Because they were people that were, you think they race conscious now. They were so race conscious back then that they had degrees of blackness, and at what point you became legally white, okay? So, why is this important? Because the kids that you have are not identifying themselves the same. When I was a kid, if you had any black in you, you called yourself black. The kids are not doing that today. They're calling themselves biracial. They put one in front and one behind, depending on what they think is the more prominent. Mm-hmm. If their hair is nappy, black first. And so it's a whole different thing, and remember, so, and all the information, it has to do with how you self-identify. Okay, and so what's happening is a lot of it is being rewritten because people are not identifying themselves the same. And so that makes the data come back different dramatically, too.
I think, I think it's a good thing what they're doing because I think they're embracing, I think people are embracing not just one identifier. In other words, they say, well, I'm this, but I don't identify.
I think people are happy to be multi-ethnic.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's what's changing.
Yes.
Definitely.
It's the embracing of it, which I think is wonderful. I think the idea that you're not living in a place where you say, well, I have to have the one main identifier in my culture if I represent 3 or 4 different ones. This is the one that defines me based on how they define me. I like the idea that they go like, it's a problem for you guys. This is where you want to put the money, right? It's where you want to put where you put investments, economic growth, development, all those other things.
Well, that's what I'm saying. As an observer, things like that, I try not to have an opinion so much as to take it in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay, because it's an issue of change, and I try. And as you get older, you tend to always want to say, "Well, we had back in my day," and I'm used to. When you get older, you find yourself saying that more and more. Okay,
right.
So I try not to do that, but I found it to be an interesting phenomenon enough that it stuck with me. And Vic, that's your mic. Play with that plug too. Your mic is the one that's the noise one.
Okay. I got some noise over here.
Well, the mic.
Hold on a second, because I want to move because my thing's over here stuck. Keep going.
His mic is Vic is the one that's got the.
Like my kids are, they look Hispanic for sure, but so they call themselves Hispanic.
Now you know what? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not trying to get all sensitive. But I'm not sure kind of what you. I'm not sure what you are. Because that's a married name. What are you? I mean...
Well, my last name, because I got married, was Flores, but my mom's parents were from Costa Rica. So I'm Costa Rican and American. Yeah, okay.
Oh, exotic.
I can look completely different with dark hair.
You know what? You see,
what?
This is not fair, Brandon.
I just said exotic.
No,
Why do you always, every time I say anything?
I'm going to show you how he is. I'm going to make you guys think. And then all of a sudden you go Costa Rica, you go, let me lean back. Okay, devil dog.
Yes,
That's what he's doing. It's a good thing.
I'm a complicated person.
Yeah, so you shifted everybody. You had the leftists over there going, yeah, come on, man, bring it. Then you went straight, okay, he's a dog.
Well, I am a man. Some stuff we're hardwired.
I know.
It's in the DNA.
It doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, or
no,
80.
There you go.
Or 80. Or 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Be concerned if it turns off. See, everybody
goes. I'm concerned.
The problem is,
concerned.
When you can pace yourself by choice and go like, I'm not. I said, when it gets ready to go away, you'll be going, oh no.
Well, I'm concerned. All right, how about this one? Because this one's really important, you guys. Hawaii is about to be the first state to ban disposable plastic bags. They actually are calling plastic bags the modern-day tumbleweed. Yeah. The other thing that I learned recently, and this has affected me, and I felt totally guilty. Tell me if you guys are not part of this too, if you feel guilty. Do you know that one of the number one polluting item is those plastic water bottles?
Yes. Yeah.
So those of you who buy water in the disposable plastic bottles, that is the single most dominant polluting. They floating all through the ocean.
All day.
We have got to stop.
Day,
I told my mother, she loves to buy water. I told her, you got to get refillable things. Just use air. We have got to put a stop. I stopped buying them.
Yeah, I know.
I stopped because I felt so guilty because we would buy them in droves.
How many years have you been buying them? See, that's what I'm saying.
Well, when guests come on here, we wanted to give them water. Now we just give them a big tall glass of water.
Right. We had to change.
Yeah, but you guys, I felt terrible.
You can get some water bottles made that say Pack Stereo.
I looked it up.
And then you give them the water.
I did saw that. But we have coffee. Did you ever get a Pack Stereo coffee cup?
No.
Oh.
I will take one if you still have some.
You know what?
We have a whole we have a whole thing of them.
Right.
We'll get you some. We also have some ladies' t-shirts.
Oh, I need a ladies' t-shirt.
Because we had no ladies, they still up there. Plenty of them.
They were really for his
they had a bound. It's a bound.
Really for his ex-girlfriend. She was co-hosting. She threatened, a libel suit if he decided to proceed.
We'll get you some. And cups. I looked at the water bottles. I did because remember, I always tell everybody, we don't have no promotional budget. We have low promotional budget.
That's right. That's right.
Not no, low.
Right.
So I did look at the water bottles. And what you mostly find out is that everybody's designed to make you spend a minimum of like $200 to $250.
Yeah.
You can get some, but you got to spend $200. Whatever amount you get, it'll come out to be between $200 to $250.
Yeah. That's true.
But we could do water bottles.
Yeah.
We did do, they're not up there. We did a few little, we'll get you some.
All right, let's work on that.
And I'll get you that hemorrhoid ointment. The wonderful applicator shaped like a finger. I designed that.
There they go.
I just love the idea of that.
Promoting that.
Thank you. You know, Brandy, you can.
If I'm an infomercial reviewer, I have to be picky.
Thank you.
You know?
What?
How are you going to help her if she's have to sit next to you in your ways?
I tend to be temptation to the dark side.
Oh, brother,
I represent the dark side.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
Bad food, hydrocarbon lubricants, everything that's a negative. So that's me.
Poor Brandy. Brandy has to sit in there and go.
And she represents the angel of life.
I think she
The
chanced.
beautiful Flores.
Hawaii's getting rid of plastic bags.
I am too.
But you guys, and me too, and you guys, I feel so, but you know what? I'm saving mine now. All of my grocery ones, I save them for recycling, and I use them also to clean out the kitty litter.
Yeah, I use them for my
I can double bag the kitty litter.
Right.
All right.
So let me just not to make it a big point. In other words, they made available through corporate interests, which is cost to provide it. I mean, it's a profit when they don't have to spend as much money. So are they going to be affected by this? How are they going to be affected?
Well, they're going to be affected. And here's the other thing: you have to reset your expectations because you have to get used to bringing bags to the grocery.
Right.
That's the biggest adjustment for those of us who really, or do like we started doing here, right? Have the groceries delivered. They do it even in the ghetto.
You can't have a lot of people in the ghetto bringing bags into.
I'm just saying
market.
$6 is less. Well, I'm just saying it's $6 delivery.
Good. The bag.
$6.
I always thought about doing that, but I just got to go to the grocery store myself.
For what the
I got
cans?
to walk up every.
Let me tell you.
every aisle.
Okay, it is fun, but I don't miss it the same. And you know what? You realize a bunch of your items are the exact same.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can shop in 3 minutes.
You sure
Send
can.
me all of this same
it's
stuff.
amazing.
Boom, and then
I'm done.
then you're
That's what
done.
men wanna
Oh,
do.
it's like
They do it. You got anybody? I know y'all saying Mario got no. They have it. I tell you, I don't live in the ghetto, but I see the fence. And they deliver the food. They may be armed. I don't know. Rob the food truck. I'm just saying, you might order some prime ribs and hit them up. Say, damn, I came to the house and they came from everywhere and took the prime ribs. I don't know where they came from. I was just getting off the truck.
Yeah.
And there they came with the masks. They had Pack Stereo shirts on.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
All right. So that's one. Now here's the other one. You Flores, you may relate to this. First of all, I don't know if you guys heard, but the Pope Benedict is kind of really on top. They've been really having a big thing with the nuns, okay? Because they did a big study that said that the nuns were becoming too feminist. And a lot of the nuns really are upset. There's this whole issue within the Catholic Church about the role of nuns. And, the idea, remember now, just wanting to reform that is a means almost for excommunication. Mm-hmm. Just wanting to reform the nuns' role. You're not even supposed to want that, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, they got a lot of rules. That's why I belong to none of them, okay? Catholic, Muslim, none of them. Nobody tells me what to eat, where to sit.
Right.
None of that. What to wear. That's automatic grounds for expulsion. Mario's book.
That would not work for me either.
Any clothing items, any special foods. No. Okay. Any body ornaments. See, okay. So now, the Pope is softening his tone because a lot of the nuns are really, they're in bad morale right now.
Right.
Especially the ones in the U.S., because you know how we are over here. So even the nuns started getting a little feisty.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was a stinging Vatican report that criticized them as being feminist and politicized. Ooh, remember, they're not even supposed to think like that. So the Pope said...
You're not even allowed to think like a feminist.
No, that's...
Wow.
Remember now.
Wow.
Maybe I should have my girls be Catholic. Wait,
See,
I'm sorry. I actually have them, and it did help. Okay, now wait. But here's what he said. I wish to reaffirm my deep gratitude for the example of fidelity and self-sacrifice given by many consecrated women in your country, he said in an address to visiting U.S. bishops. And then he said, in reference to the malaise felt by many American nuns after the report issued last month, he said he hoped that, quote unquote, this moment of discernment will bear abundant spiritual fruit for the revitalization and strengthening of their communities in fidelity to Christ and the church. Well, that certainly made me feel better. I don't know about nuns. So that's it, huh? Okay. So anyway, wow. Okay.
no opinion.
I'm just saying the poor
No
nuns.
opinion.
Okay, remember when you're
Okay.
in the religion, that's the religion that says this is your role.
Right.
So that's the whole issue with this. I try to stay out of it. That's why you're in the religion. You know, it's like if you're in a religion that says polygamy, well, that's what your religion says. If you could not be in a religion. You could go to the other one that fits more your needs. This one here says I can drink, I can have sex, don't have to go to church. There you go. Might be the one for me. See, I don't know. I'm just saying everybody has to decide, and I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just reporting the news. Okay, that's the news. The Pope said he's
Well, that was
softening.
supposedly all the good news, right?
Yeah, that was the good news.
I said thank you. I just wanted to know.
Wow, I know everybody's
how-
clapping.
Okay, well,
All right, here's the bad news. Okay,
there we go.
Take the.
There, thank you, Brandy. Thank you.
You're all right,
See,
girl.
he wanted to put it out there, but didn't want to touch it.
She
He's
can
trying to
touch
stay
it.
away. No.
All right. How about
you
this
know.
story? Because we all know some. Not like this. This is a man who has fathered 30 kids and says he needs a break from child support. A man in Tennessee. And of course, he has to be a black man. I'm sorry to say.
Why?
Damn.
Okay.
You know how when you read certain news items, you be hoping it's white people.
He
Say,
just
please
needs a
be white.
vasectomy. Like, you're not even allowed
Of course,
to have that
he's
many
a black.
kids.
Now let me tell you what happened. Back in 2009, he was in court to answer charges that he wasn't paying child support on his 21 children.
Oh my goodness.
At that time, he said he wasn't going to have any more kids, but he had 9 more kids in the last 3 years.
Jeez.
That's crazy. They honestly.
Man, what kind of
just like
sperm
back in the
count? He
day-
got sperm with muscles and stuff. Giant man-eating sperm. Come on.
know.
Climb down your head, out to your ear, and impregnate you.
I think he should be ordered to have a vasectomy.
Some of the women
go.
get $100.49 a month.
Well, okay, can I?
$149
He
a
had
month?
4 kids in the same year twice.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, can I?
Twice he had 4 kids in the same year.
I gotta ask the question, just so from the other side. What are the women thinking?
I don't know. I'd like to meet
who
them.
got to like?
I'm
after
sure they
got
ain't no-
3, 8.
I'm sure they're not no
10.
Wonder Women. Let's put it like
He
this.
must have some. He must be very like charismatic. I mean, what does he have? That
Well,
these
let's take a
women-
look at
No,
the-
he has 20-some kids.
I'm impressed by the face shot.
He looked like Roy Jones Jr.
There
the
he is
boxer.
right there, the face shot.
He looked like Roy Jones Jr.
Desmond, is
I'm
he
not.
on Facebook? Can I check that?
See, that's Roy.
Yeah, he better not be on Facebook. His ass need to be at work.
Yeah, exactly.
And I might ask, hey, buddy, Desmond,
Jeez.
guilty, death. Let me
30.
say death. Where is it, Brandy?
There you go.
30.
See, this is where you at least think about mandatory sterilization. You at least consider it. You go, I know that's cruel and inhumane, but at least cross your mind to sterilize this son of a bitch. It does cross your mind.
Oh, here's a good question.
You're like,
from
I
Matt.
know I shouldn't do that.
Matt got a good question. He posed a good question. He says, if you made 30 babies by 30 different baby mamas, how much child support is the brother
But he ain't paying.
Got to be at least $5,000
Okay,
per month.
they
right?
say the state already takes half his paycheck and divides it up. And it doesn't amount to much because he only makes minimum wage in Tennessee.
Does that look like him?
Some of the moms receive $1.49 a month.
$149.
No, $1.49.
Come on.
$1.49.
Oh goodness.
And he's on Facebook. Oh,
That looks like
man.
him, doesn't it?
That is.
Oh.
Oh, no. Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, come on. Okay, no.
Wait a minute.
I got to show.
Now, wait a minute.
I got to show this.
Why are you showing that? Let me ask
Let's go to
something.
Facebook.
I'm
He is
gonna-
on Facebook, you guys.
I'm going to ask this. Could he have reached this number? And I'm going to give you the countries, and you say high, low, yes, no, whatever.
He is on Facebook. Go Facebook
Let me
him.
say this. Hold on. India, could he have reached 30?
And he's interested.
Why? What in India? No, they
What
couldn't
about
do it in India.
China?
No, China only let you have 1.5 children.
Okay. London, British, England. So
They just send. They just act. They send the secret police.
So what is it saying about the
Here
U.S.?
he is, you guys. He's on Facebook, and he said he's single. He's interested in women.
Oh goodness, he should be cut
Look,
off from Facebook.
He's got some pictures. There's his pictures.
Wait a minute.
There he is. He's on Facebook, y'all. We want to be the first to bust him out.
Wait a minute.
Go on up there to Facebook and find him.
I think you guys answered a good
From
question.
West High School. He's got 144 friends, most of them baby mamas.
You see,
All the babies blows.
the big story to me is not how many. It's that you actually said which countries would not allow him to get that far. In the U.S., basically.
I don't know what they would do.
Oh, well, okay. I
I thought a long time ago they had the issue with women, and they were trying to get women on birth control or all those. Same thing. Like,
see, I'm just saying, could he? If the system knew he was having that many, when they got to a certain
No,
number,
China, they would jack him up. In China, they'd be
gone, gone. See,
I'd be his ass in China.
right. It's a certain number. I think that Mario. Part of it is that he's a name and a number, and they're just passing through the paperwork to the next person. That's
I just say, get them, people. I'll sick the Facebook crowd on. The Facebook, they covered Desmond. They come, all right.
that's hilarious.
More bad news. Jackie Chan says he's quitting action films.
I thought he already did.
But no, he says he's too old for the stunts.
But I thought he quit already.
No, he says he's going to keep doing movies. He's just not going to do action.
He's announcing he's quitting again.
Okay, after how many years in
He's 58.
Right. I mean, the man is off the chain when he does it.
He's too old for demanding stunts.
Okay.
That's how I feel about dating.
Mac, I'm not going to quote that.
Too many.
I'm not going to quote
I can't
from
do
the
them
last
stunts.
I'm not
Too many
quoting that.
stunts.
With your dating?
Yeah, it's too
then
many.
you need an older woman.
Huh?
The older woman.
Yeah, they need sleep. Those puppies, they fall asleep Friday. Those older women, once you feed them,
Hey, lately I put my kids to bed and I'm like, same thing, 9:30.
Now, Mar, I'm going to ask you. Whenever you set this up, you did this Jackie Chan. Nobody's really missing as much when he's not doing any current films. But
we're trying to say, man.
I'm just trying to say this. Ask Brandy.
Chris Tucker and he were going to come back and do one more.
No.
What was the name of that series they did? Chris Tucker?
No. It doesn't matter. You got to
do that one more, number 5.
I'm going to make sure Mario uses co-host the way he's supposed to.
All right, Brandy, what was the movie that Jackie Chan did with Chris Tucker?
No, not that one. That's not it. Brandy, I'm Mario. I'm going to ask you this question. As a man, Jackie says,
she's a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
You wanted to imagine.
Yeah, no, wait, hold on. Jackie's already said no more. What can a woman do without first, if she had to pick one, when dealing with an older man? Getting older. Sex or the money?
What can I do without?
Yeah, what can women do without first? If they had to choose one, what could they prefer?
I'm sorry, it would be sex.
Sex is overrated.
Yeah.
What they want is a good foot massage.
All I want is manicure, pedicure, extra massage. I'm all good. Extra massage, yes, please.
She's already getting she gets one of those workout orgasm things. They say when you run 5 miles, at the end you just feel it so good it's like orgasm. I say bullshit, but they say yeah it does. I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna run 5. If I haven't run 5 yet, I ain't gonna think I'm gonna hit them now.
Wait a minute. Mar,
I'm not even gonna walk 5 miles.
Are you saying that drive, that hormonal drive you had, is gone forever and not coming back?
I need a sandwich.
And Brandy is endorsing. I'm sorry, Brandy. I thought you was a different creature, and that you sat next to somebody who feels like you.
She's a wonderful influence on me, and I'm embracing her aura as I too starting to seek more health.
Both of you guys are loners. That's the killer. You guys need your space.
I'm Cancer.
I know.
That means weird. That equals weird. That's what weird. That's what weird is. Look up weird partner, and they have Cancerians right there. Boom.
Okay. All right.
All right, now
And
you
you're
guys.
supposed to be by the beach, by the way.
We should be by the beach. We should make me hungry. Okay, here's a story before we get to the other shit, because I got a couple of last other shit stories that are really good. Here's one. Saudi Arabia, and I'll be dealing with some other stories this week on Saudi Arabia, because this week I'm just in Saudi Arabia's ass. They get away with a lot of shit, and because they're our allies, they never talk about the Saudis, and the Saudis are always doing some dirt, you guys. So I got a bunch of Saudi. They just outlawed being gay. You can't be gay in school. I'll talk about that later on.
Okay.
Now here's a Saudi man who divorced his wife during a live broadcast. That's right. This man called a radio program with marital problems. He complained about his wife to the host, who's a prominent Islamic scholar. The man said his wife offended his manhood by traveling from the Saudi port city of Jeddah to the capital Riyadh for a business conference alone and without his approval. The host said he had to divorce his wife. Let me quote. Such a wife is suspicious because she insisted to travel to Riyadh and without ample reason. So then the man decided to heed the advice, divorce his wife of 10 years during the live broadcast. Do you know in Saudi Arabia, to divorce your wife, all you have to do is say it 3 times?
Isn't that crazy?
It's like calling up like, like that movie where you go Sandman, whatever.
Genie, wishes.
Right. And so now this is our ally. No offense, backward ass mofos. I'm sorry. Sorry, this is where you have to just go there. See, now of course the US uses things like that as a reason for invading your ass,
right,
taking all your oil and tell everybody, well, we did it to liberate the women. We did it to help the women, to give them more rights. The oil had absolutely nothing to do with us kicking their ass and taking it.
Motivation. Are you saying this the motivation?
Yeah, but see, this at least gives you fodder to want to kick their ass and take their oil.
Right.
Okay. see. So so in Saudi Arabia, all you have to do is say you're divorcing your wife 3 times. Just 3 weeks ago, a Saudi man divorced his wife via text messages. Then he called 2 of his relatives to confirm the split. Then they had a Saudi court then quickly confirm the divorce by summoning the 2 relatives. So you just say the stuff, and a Saudi court wizard comes out and grant you divorce.
And all you have to do is
and you
take
just
a
get to keep
screenshot.
everything.
You screenshot it on
Right.
your phone, and then you put it on Facebook.
And they said in Saudi Arabia that the divorce proceedings are complicated, usually by the husband doesn't come. And the judge is usually reluctant to issue rulings if the husband doesn't come. And they don't come. And all you do is divorce your wife and say it 3 times. This is real. I'm seeing this is true. Okay. All right. Where's the sound effects?
Wait. Okay.
It's Saudi.
All
Don't go there. I know I won't be traveling there anytime soon.
Mac, I'm going to leave it up to Mario to take your recent chat line dictation and impart it upon the viewers.
Max said you can divorce him in the ghetto by saying fuck you 3 times. But then you have to pay. Here you don't have to pay, and the court comes out of nowhere and takes him away.
That's crazy.
Just comes to take your woman. All right. See, now you guys remember, I don't search far. Yeah. I was watching the game like many of you last night, and I pulled up my topics in like about 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. So I did not go looking, so don't blame me that this is the news, okay?
Well, all the top news is on every top page.
That's what I'm saying. It's there.
You're bringing the top news.
I am.
That's it.
All right, now let's get to this last section because we got to move on as fast as running late. But you guys, I knew you would love this. The first transgender Miss Universe, a Canadian contestant, takes the stage. Take a look at our first transgender Miss Universe contestant from Canada.
Whoa, she's way taller than the other girls.
Wait, there she is right there.
Yep.
You know those.
I think she should only be able to enter in the transgender Miss America or whatever.
They don't have that yet.
Well, then someone needs to do
Discriminator.
Someone needs to start that pageant.
There you go.
Chicks with dick fat.
No.
It's just...
What? Bias? Just because she's tall. Now let's go and see what she has to say. Now here she is from the side. Some of y'all say, ooh, that's exotic. I don't know. But let's see what she has to say. Let's see what she has to say about it.
I want to become Miss Universe Canada because I feel that with this title, I have a power of inspiring others to
Got a bad
fulfill
right?
their dreams.
The doctor was good.
To me, the essence of being a
That's
woman
probably
is
hormonal.
a great balance
You get
between
implanted?
family
That's
life
planned.
They give you estrogen.
living your passion.
You don't get that.
I
Half the
think
men got
juggling
tits
the
nowadays
two
anyway.
is a great art, but if you can own
That
it, it's what makes women incredible.
Big old
The Miss
trachea.
Universe
Look at
Canada
that. Adam's
organization
apple.
has been amazing. For them to
proud
have
of mine.
accepted the fact that I'm competing and paving the way for equality
Cannot believe Miss
is
Inglewood's missing
so
this.
honorable to me and makes me very grateful. So they've opened up a lot of gates for me.
Well, she's very sweet.
You know what? I don't really, I don't know what my opinion is. The same thing goes with the sports thing, because I don't know. See, the problem is you don't have a place for them to be, and that's the same reason, that you got the rulings about women in Little League.
Right, I know.
Because the reason why they were allowing the girls to compete within the male systems is because there were no systems for them.
Right.
And the other things I will say, because I know how controversial that was, but most of us looking back have to acknowledge how much those early rulings did for women's sports. Do you remember the rulings that they did? Wow, it's been like 20-some years, I think
Yeah.
even longer than that, about women's sports, about how the colleges had to fund. When I was in high school, they were kind of arbitrary about whether they did the same sports for women as they did. It was treated like a second-class thing.
It was,
And
definitely.
because of legal rulings about how the monies had to be spent in colleges, you had laws that were passed that the female athletics had to get X% of the money because it was considered a sexual bias against women. As a result of that, look at the women in sports you get today. Wow.
I know.
Wow. Soccer,
Super competitive.
NBA, lingerie league,
Yeah. All of them.
sexy bikini hockey,
Margarita wrestling.
margarita wrestling. These are the things. Thank you. Prosperity. Okay, now let me get to my last story. Because there was a lot of gay stories today. I was hoping Norman would be around. Help me out. But because I need help sometimes with the gay stories. These are wonderful, but look, check it out. Because gay folks now getting their share of shit too. Okay, so they have a San Francisco gay sports league told 3 bisexual men that they couldn't play ball because they were not gay enough. And now the 3 men are suing them in a discrimination suit, saying that this is just discrimination, and that they vouched that they were bisexual, but the league said they had to choose,
Oh, they weren't allowed to be
or they
bi.
weren't allowed to be played.
Are you gay
They were
or
stripped
not
of their
gay?
roster positions and trophies after coming in second at the 2008 Gay Softball World Series. See, I bet you didn't even know they had Gay Softball Series.
See, then they can have a transgendered pageant if they can have a
That's
gay
right.
softball.
Oh.
And this is supposedly
See?
what the league said to them, and I quote, "This is the Gay World Series, not the Bisexual World Series." Wow. Well, so okay. The league rules allow for only 2 straight players per team. Well, I know that's what I go out for.
Wait.
And only last week, U.S. District Judge, I just get it off the news.
I got a question.
U.S. District Judge ruled that the alliance had a constitutional right to set a number of straight players as to promote that openly gay, bisexual, transgender individuals can actively participate in competitive sports. Okay, because they're trying to, say that. So what do you guys think?
Well, Brandy's first.
Oh goodness. That's it's just so over my head. I can't even imagine this is even happening.
Okay, Ma, my question's coming. Okay, look, you guys.
Why can't
What
you guys understand?
I'm
How
gonna
come you
ask-
guys don't
I have
understand
to
my
ask-
stories?
I understand the stories. See, my question is, so I want the future to hold this caveat or this image. Whenever there's a they, I want to see the picture of the they, and then I want to know who chose to check them to say, okay, you're okay. Who makes the check? I want to know.
They self-identify just like the racial thing.
No, but they
you
say
get, you get to self-identify. They ask you gay, bisexual, straight.
Mark.
I guess their problem was they said bi instead of gay. When they knew they were joining a gay team, they should have said I'm
And by
gay.
the rules, you're only allowed to have 2 straight men per team.
Wonder if people start lying.
So then you might be able to get a job, get a position.
Wait,
they like them black baldies.
You know what's wrong. First of all,
You could play on the team, baby.
you know what? First of all, I reject you guys. I reject you all.
All right, let's get in the chat room. How many thinks Nick should go out? He can be the straight man on the team.
Wait,
I don't understand.
I'm still asking the question.
Okay.
If there's a process and a protocol, no matter what they say, let's just say you get the buys to say we're bi and these are not. Who checks and what's the criteria for it?
Well, what kind of check? You get to self-identify.
No, but
You just get to you get to just say what you are, and we take your word at it. Like if you say you black,
Right.
Now we looking square at you, you look white. You go, no, I'm black.
have you? Okay.
Just like the black people go, I'm white.
Sure, okay, all right.
I
So,
don't
you know,
really.
I'm gonna bring it. Watch this. Okay, now
I don't know.
Now, so
Latino, maybe?
you go down to Australia, in the back, out back, and you see the Aborigines. You think they're gonna say I'm black? No.
No.
So you have to
But they're going to say,
qualify.
but we're going to treat you like you black. And then you're going to learn what black is. Get your ass over there while we take all your shit.
See, I'm trying to bring awareness to this because
That's how you know if you black. If they took all your shit, you're black.
This is not fair. This is not fair. I'm trying to keep you guys on a focus. See, I want to make it a serious.
I'm just trying to help some of you don't understand.
Because
I don't understand.
I think
Because you black. I had to tell that to an Indian friend one time. I don't understand. Do you know what you look like? I said, you darker than me. This is America. We got racism. You wearing that turban and shit?
Wait a minute.
I mean, jacking you up in a minute.
I think
This is America.
They don't play that.
see. So what
They
Mario
don't like turbans over here.
So what Mario's saying, they go like this. All of a sudden, watch this. All of a sudden, they said, you know what? 2 of our players who meet the requirements of gay are sick. You can't play. We need to get replacements. And they go, well, there's nobody volunteering. Let's go out and accept applications. How do you confirm?
You just tell them that's part of the requirement to be gay.
Yeah, so when they come in, they go, so how do I confirm that you
Because some
are?
people come in and just fake gay.
She just about,
But you know what? I judge by their fingernails and their fashion sense.
see, I'm
I
not.
don't know about you
But
guys.
that could just be metrosexual.
Right.
That
not
could be.
gay.
That's
Right.
true.
Wonder if somebody wants to be on
They
the
may
team.
be a gay person with bad hygiene.
Or it could be a person say, I'll act gay, but when I get on the team, I'm gonna be
Well, then
ready
you
to
just
head
have to go with it. I watched, what's that movie, Your Mama? What's the name of the movie? They had a bunch of them movies with people dressed up going, what was that? The Joe Mama, the basketball player, that was the last one.
Joanna Man?
Yeah, Joanna Man.
Yeah,
And then we had, Some Like It Hot.
there's some bad.
It's long standing. I just want y'all to, everybody. That's the news for the day.
That's so cold.
That's the news today. It was good news.
I think
It was bad news.
I think the public's going to ask for clarification on the choices they make when they.
Vic's gonna check you for. I'd say we ought to come up with a special probe that measure your sphincter tone and say, it's kind of loose. Something's loose. They say, with my girl, she like, we don't know. We gotta ask her. Gotta ask her.
You know what?
We need proof.
You
It's
see
kind of.
what-
It's kind of.
You see
It's
what's
not
happening.
tight.
You see what's
It's not
happening.
tight.